So I finally got it. Finally got the Kershaw 1660 CB Leek. I have been wanting this knife since I first started my collection after the chive, and just have not gotten around to it just because of price, money, and just curiosity of trying other blades. So anyhow, let's get down to it. So this knife is 4 inches long, closed. The blade itself is 3 inches long. Um, the weight of the knife is 2.9 ounces, a little bit on the heavy side, but you gotta give, considering it has 410 stainless steel handles, so that's gonna add some weight. Um, it is spring assisted, the Ken Onion design, so it does have the torsion bar that runs through the handle. Activated left or right hand by the flipper, or by the dual thumb studs there. So using the flipper, there you go, 3-inch blade. Let's see, and then using thumb studs, very quick. As you can see, the knife is a frame lock, so you can see there this knife is gonna stick. It's not gonna fail on you. It's got a nice 410 stainless steel frame lock there. They do have the Leek in aluminum handle scales, but there is a downside. Upside is that the aluminum handles, it's going to be lighter. The knife's going to be all around lighter. The downside though is that these aluminum scale Leeks, they are frame locks versus the, I'm sorry, not frame locks. They are liner locks versus the frame lock. So the liner lock is going to be weaker than that frame lock. So you won't be cutting with quite as much confidence. This particular version, the 1660 CB, stands for composite blade, and that is because this knife does have two kinds of steel material there. You can see this first one you see here, the lighter on the top, that is the 13C26 steel, which is found in all the normal regular Leeks that are just full stainless all the way through the entire knife. And as you can see there is a darker steel on the back there that is coated by this very nice copper accent. I believe they used the copper and welded it there to connect these two metals. The bottom metal there is the CPM D2 steel, which is like a tool steel. So it is extremely hard, very, very sharp. But although, with the sharpness and how hard it is also brittle. So this knife, can chip, snap, break, possibly bend, but probably more so snap, especially since it has that drop point blade with that very, very shallow tip, or narrow tip. So with that being said, I would categorize this knife more as a gentleman's folder. It's a very nice looking blade. It's very classy looking. Something you don't want to use for heavy use. Just as all Kershaws, I found that out of all the knives that I've gotten, at least brand new, Kershaws probably have to be the sharpest straight out of the box. Partially, I think that is, don't get me wrong, my Spydercos are razor sharp out of the box, but due to that saber grind, the blade thickness towards the top is, a bit thicker. So these being hollow ground, they're thinner all around and just extremely sharp out of the box. So you can see that knife's extremely thin. As far as jimping goes on this knife, it's more aesthetic. I mean, you got like a little bit there on the end of the handle, but honestly, it doesn't do anything. But for the task this knife is intended for, I don't think you really need that much altogether. And because of that frame lock, you really can get your thumb down on top of that blade or handle if you needed to. So despite the lack of grip for your thumb, it's not really necessary for what this knife's intended. This knife does have a tip up, tip down availability as far as the clip goes, but it is right side only. The left side does not have any screw holes for that pocket clip, so it is right side only. When you buy this knife, it does come tip down. As you can see there, though, mine is tip up. And funny story, actually, changing that out. As you can see there, those screws slightly differ a little bit. Yeah, actually, when I pulled this out of the box, I was excited. I just wanted to go ahead and switch that pocket clip around right away and just take care of that using my Benchmade toolbox, the torque set. So as I'm trying to put that, the screws back into here on this side, one of the screws strips on me. So I'm livid. I'm pissed. So in panic, I'm searching through all my crappy knives, trying to find a torque screw I can throw onto this, and of course no luck. None of them fit. So the only thing I could think of is knife surgery. I had to go to my chive. I love that little knife, but this being my new pride and joy, I wanted to fix this right away. But unfortunately, I actually figured, instead of taking the clip off of my chive or, sacrificing one of the torque screws from the frame, I decided to take this torque screw from the knife lock. The chive has the same exact knife lock feature as the Leek and the rest of the Ken Onion design family of these, so the Scallion and the Scallion and whatnot. So I ended up taking that screw off the safety and sticking it on the handle here for not the handle, yeah, with the handle with the clip. Hence the slight subtle difference between those two torque screws. And the strip screw that I had, instead of throwing it away, because that lock here on the end, it's kind of hard to see. You can see that it's actually plastic. So that strip screw I actually just forced into the chive's lock. So the lock is still working. So I have a working lock, and I also have a, now tip-up carry for my Kershaw Leek. So in the end, I was happy, and the Benchmade toolbox, made that success. So once again, I recommend that tool. Saved my life there. Anyways, so going on, you already saw the lock there. If you just slide that up, that prevents the blade from coming out. So, can't use either. Just as I said with the chive, my first knife review video, most people say these locks really aren't necessary for these knives. They're not bound to open up in your pocket. There's too much blade retention that keeps it in the handle. But regardless, it's a somewhat nice feature. You also got a lanyard hole there, so if you want to stick a lanyard on there, you can go right ahead. On the back, we have just a single spacer that goes through quite a bit of the knife, a Zytel spacer. Anyhow, overall, that pretty much sums up this beautiful knife. And if you are in the market for one of these Kershaw 1660 CB Leeks, composite blade Leeks, they are going for $43 with free shipping on eBay right now. I don't know how many are left. I got mine pretty much right away as soon as I found that. I have not found this knife cheaper than around $60. It's $60+ online. So $43 with free shipping. It's new in the box. That is a complete steal, especially for this knife design, the composite blade there with the copper accent and the D2 steel. Very, very nice knife. So if you guys like that, I would definitely go ahead and get one now. So once again, thank you for watching. This is the Kershaw Leek 1660 CB, and Zippo this, knife that.